no formula. Speciality fish restaurant.
Those fingers are all kind of on it. That's quite awful.
Bar open daily from 5. I don't think many English people come to Georgia, do you? They like to speak their Italian. They do speak English, but
certainly at this time of the year. Oh gosh, I didn't expect to see that there. It's huge.
oh yeah, Corsica liner.
That's one of the Corsica ferries being scrapped by the looks of things, or refurbed or something. I mean, I didn't realise we were that close to the sea. Because it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's one of the ferries that used to ply from Nice
Oh yeah.
to Corsica.
Yeah, we
Probably
saw
from
them,
Nice.
didn't we?
I assume it's in there for refurb or to be scrapped. But you can see the big car deck at the back.
Yeah.
It's actually open so you can see inside.
Oh yeah. Are they going to get rid of it then?
Well, it's either being scrapped or refurbed. I suspect it's being refurbed because there's a third world market for those sorts of ferries. But it may just be refurbed and it will be put back into
Well, we've seen them.
Corsican service.
We've seen them. They've been busy. From no, it wasn't from Nice. We saw it. We saw it from Marseille.
Possibly.
Marseille, it was. Because I said to you, oh, I wanted to go to Corsica, and you said the ferry went overnight.
It might have also been from Toulon, but it was from somewhere down on that coast.
No, it was Marseille. I'm sure it was Marseille.
I think it was Toulon because we parked down relatively close to where the ferry stopped.
Oh well, we'll find
Well,
out.
it doesn't matter. It's all the same part of the world.
How big are mosquitoes? I can't remember seeing a mosquito by me.
There have been stuff.
Are they little?
Mosquitoes flying around us.
Are they very tiny things?
10 millimetres. I'm going to go in there.
Porto. Oh, it's
Not
open.
very Parto to me.
Yeah, it was open. There was a man sat outside in overalls. I think they start early because it's a hot climate usually.
Well, we know because they have their 2-hour siesta, don't they?
Yeah. I think the UK ought to be more flexible. They'd get different workers, like different shifts as well.
Well, as you know, going into that big shopping centre in Turin on Sunday was a complete revelation for me because Italy is a very Catholic country, it's a very religious country, it's where the Pope lives in principle. Let's face it. And yet they can deal with Sunday trading. I think the old arguments, the UK arguments about Sunday trading, it's so people can go to church, plainly not relevant anymore. A, and B, so people do have a day off with their families, is just not relevant. I don't really understand the difference between opening between
It's just
10 and 4 and opening between 8 and 8.
It's just an excuse because medical people have to work
Yeah,
Sundays.
exactly. The world has moved on.
We used to get days off in the week, and the hospitality
The
as
world
well.
has moved on completely.
I think the Pope has influenced, perhaps, the religious
in
people.
the UK, no, really, no. I don't really understand what the problem is with Sunday trading in the UK nowadays. Although, of course, the UK is not alone. In France, virtually everything shuts up on a Sunday. And I wouldn't have thought France is any more religious than Italy. This is a bridge and a half.
I said it'd be interesting to see if any, not that I want anything to happen to him, but if Danny does go,
When?
yeah, if he's going to have a Catholic service, because they both went to Catholic church.
Here's the estuary. Probably.
But Linda's mum did see, and she only married a Catholic. I didn't know Linda's father was that religious. You know, was an altar boy and all that in church. She never said that. But I don't think we ever talked about religion, although she just said she didn't want to get married in the Catholic church because she didn't believe in it. I don't know what her reasons were. She didn't say. She just said, my father is a Catholic, but my mother isn't. So she respected her father, but, you know. But John did get married in the Catholic church because he married a Catholic, but she left him anyway. The Catholic church used to help jealous family because there was 15. If one of them got pregnant and got a house and they had no furniture, and the Catholic church helped them. Really?
All religions do that.
I don't think ours would.
No, you can substitute. Because churches are so diminished nowadays, they don't have the breadth of congregation to do the support that might have happened in the past.
I suppose the Catholic church has.
Yeah, and the generosity. I mean, I don't know what would happen at Living Rock, for example, if you fell under hard times, whether they'd do absolutely anything to help you. I suspect they probably might, actually.
Oh, there's plenty of
As
money
long as you
there.
can pay your tithe, of course.
There's plenty of money there. But you say that and you don't believe me. The Church of England are the same. Stony Sant Church asked me. They said, if you can afford to go to the cinema, you can afford to pay to come to church. Church isn't free.
It's an interesting line from Johnson's speech. You go further than not thought through. You should be able to use benefit payments to pay your mortgage. Now that currently doesn't happen. So if you fall on hard times and your house owner with a mortgage, your mortgage will just be frozen. The debt will continue to add up. But one of the commentators correctly knows, what's the point in allowing people who are on benefits to use them to pay off a mortgage when they can't even afford to buy food at the moment?
Yeah,
Good point. Well made.
Yeah. They reckon a lot of people are selling their homes and moving to smaller properties. Do you believe that?
Yes. I don't forget that's always downsizing has always gone on. And it's a much better way than, for example, equity release. Because you release, maybe 30% of the value of a 3-bed to move into a 1-bed. the one bed is much more manageable. It's easier to keep clean. It doesn't cost as much to heat. Council tax is a whole lot less. There's a great long list of desirable features as you get old. Sooner or later we will have to downsize. We know this because we won't need a 3-bedroom house anymore. We don't need it now, but looking after it will become more and more onerous as we become older.
Oh, I washed the bathroom floor for weeks. I need to do the bathroom floor.
So we know this is going to happen. It's a question of when.
God, they're doing that field by...
I don't know what's in it. I can't work out what the crop is.
No, I can't, but they're going down each road. There's only 2 of them. God, they'll be there all day.
Yeah, but if at the end of the day, the same thing happens in wineries. They go along by hand and snip off all of the unnecessary shoots to encourage the grapes to grow.
What was I going to say? You'll have to get the steamer going so I can do the floors.
Well, no, downsizing makes a great deal of sense. It would have happened. It's the sort of thing that would have happened automatically, pretty much, in local authority housing terms. Because if you end up with one person living in a 3-bed, they're clearly over-occupied, and you persuade them to move somewhere else. You get your 3-bed back for family accommodation, job done. Because right-of-buy's destroyed all of that. And all single persons continue to live in their 3-bed house. Family lives in B&B. All right.
Well, I've been told that about Stuart.
Yeah, but that's our choice. We choose
But
not to sell that.
But then that
And we do go and live in it.
and also that Sylvia, she's in a 3-bed house. And she's in her 80s. So there's lots of older people.
Sure, but if we'd lived in rented, by now the council would have been along to say, afraid Stuart's living there on his own. What's going on here?
Yeah, I know that.
Stuart's living here on his own.
They're doing the traffic light or camera,
What's the camera?
speed camera.
You must do something about it. But certainly as the but we know we're going to have to do something about this sooner or later.
All right, don't rip it in.
No, I don't mean move Stuart out. I think we need to probably divest ourselves of some assets. Leaving somewhere again. For me to say. We the same to you too.
After 350 meters, go straight on SS 309 E55 towards Ravenna.
Ravenna, she's saying.
Go straight on. Follow SS 309 E55 via Romea towards Ravenna for 22 kilometers.
I think Ravenna has an airport. I know why I've heard of Ravenna. The cruise liners come here.
Don't do they?
Yeah, it's Ravenna for SanMarino or Venice.
Oh.
Although when I looked at it, I thought Ravenna looked interesting enough to come to. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see when we get within visual of Ravenna, whether we can see any cruise lines.
So, are there any other places in Italy you can fly to?
Oh yeah, you can fly all over the place.
No, I meant like SanMarino or...
Yeah, you can fly wherever you want.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I'm still very taken with that cruise that I found. And I say, it does come to Ravenna. And I thought when I looked at Ravenna, actually, this looks quite a nice Italian town. But the attraction was either to go to Venice or to by bus. So they would bus them from the quayside to Venice.
Yeah.
Bus them into SanMarino.
I think I like Georgia Road as a stopping place. You know what I mean? To stop. Rather than Venice.
Oh,
I couldn't be doing with all those hassles of paying for every day.
And parking would have been a nightmare in Venice.
Oh, it was getting food even. Lunchtime. There were so many people.
Yeah, they quietens down at night because all the day trippers and the people on
I
cruise
suppose-
liners go away.
I suppose if you had half board, if
When Martin and I went there, it was fine. We had a little, very small hotel in the middle of nowhere. It was simply in a back street in Venice. And if you went out the door, one of the advantages of Venice, if you go out the door, sooner or later you find a bar or a cafe. And I can't remember where we ate. I remember it was expensive. And I remember the stuff about getting charged twice as much if you used to try and sit down. But I would never have stayed in Venice because I don't see the advantage. All I see is a great load of disadvantages. You know, you've been to Venice now, you've seen it, you've understood it. We could have spent a lot longer standing in lines queuing to get to churches and museums and that sort of thing, to be honest.
but I'm not like that.
Exactly.
I think in Rome and Rome was different, you know what I mean?
The key landmarks in Rome, St. Mark's Square, the bridge and the Grand Canal, you've seen all of that now.
Yeah.
There isn't everything and all the narrow streets and the canals cutting through and all that stuff. There isn't a lot else. There's just more of the canals and the narrow streets and the tourism.
But Linda kept thinking I was in Venice when I took that photo of Georgia.
Well, she would do because they. This traffic light kind of stopped.
Yeah.
They built Venice first. And then they moved on to Georgia.
Georgia.
I don't think it's Georgia.
No, it is. That's how the man said it on the boat.
So anyway, no, I mean, I looked at a variety of plans for getting to Venice. And I knew I wanted to come somewhere around here because I wanted to go to SanMarino because it's a new DXCC.